Howdy neighbors, David here. And today on Boondock Stallions, we are on day 10 of our 31 days of Halloween. Horror. There we go. Anyways, before we get started, go ahead and give this video a like and subscribe to the channel so you can keep watching these videos because we have still got 21 days to go and I am almost done with this countdown to the Chucky TV series. Originally my idea was we would watch Child's Play 1 all the way through Cult of Chucky, and then on Tuesday when they premiere the first episode of Chucky TV, I'll watch that and then review it on the channel, let y'all know what I think. So, tonight, finished up JK, Curse of Chucky. Now, Curse of Chucky didn't get a theatrical release because of the disappointing numbers and reviews that Seed of Chucky got, and so it's really understandable that this movie went straight, to home video, but it truly did deserve to get a theatrical release. This was Chucky really going back to form. I mean, Bride of Chucky was a great romantic comedy, buddy cop movie. I really enjoyed Seed of Chucky as only a comedy with a family dynamic going on. It's not a great horror movie. It's just a fun, campy, slasher, fun flick thing. It was just fun. It was fun. And watching it again last night, I realized that it's actually a lot better written and directed than I'd originally remembered watching it, because it had been some time since I'd seen it, and I really enjoyed going through all the special features and deleted scenes, and I've been doing that here on Curse of Chucky. Curse of Chucky brings in voice actor Brad Dourif, who is the voice of Chucky, notoriously the voice of Chucky. It's his daughter Fiona plays Nika, the main character in this movie and in Cult of Chucky, and I believe she has a role in the Chucky TV series as well, and I'm amazed that she's probably the most gorgeous thing I have ever seen, ever, Brad Dourif. She looks exactly like you. Oh my God. Y'all are gorgeous. Really enjoyed her performance, and I really liked what they did with her in Cult of Chucky to prove that she's got just as amazing acting chops as her father does, because he's an amazing actor. If you haven't checked out his movies, go look at One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. That was spot the hell on, and he was really young, very talented actors. He was surrounded by Jack Nicholson and Danny DeVito and Christopher Lloyd, all before even some of them were anybody important or famous in Hollywood. So Curse of Chucky is scary, and when I say scary, they did it exactly like the first three movies, keeping Chucky kind of in doll form without walking around and talking and interacting, being kind of a mystery, scary creature again, like he was in the first three movies, and still also holding true to him being a foul-mouthed little bastard that likes to talk a lot of shit. And once again, Don Mancini's writing, he doesn't really change much in any backstory. He just elaborates on it. He's world building. He's very much built this cinematic universe in the Child's Play franchise by keeping consistent writing and storytelling in all of the movies. In this one, you get flashbacks to before Chucky was Chucky and he was still Charles Lee Ray, and how he met Nika's family and how he interacted with them, and then it takes you to just moments before he was gunned down at the beginning of the very first Child's Play movie. The only thing I would comment on as far as changing or omitting from the movie overall was Eddie Caputo. Eddie Caputo was the van driver in the very first Child's Play movie, whom Charles Lee Ray swore revenge against when he died and told Detective Norris that he would come back and get both of them. And now, my thoughts on this were they didn't need to show Eddie because we knew he was there waiting in the van and then he runs off, so one could just assume that he was going to be Charles's ride to pick up Barbara from daycare before the cops got called in. The only thing I'd like to know is, how did Barb get a hold of how did Barb and Nika's mom get a hold of the police in the movie if she was in fact tied down at all times? That's the one thing. And honestly, I think that maybe Eddie was the one who helped her call the police. Like, it could have been a betrayal on both kinds. Like, Eddie knew the cops were coming and got away because they knew where to go back to find Charles Lee Ray later on. It's a working theory I'm working on, and I'm going to go through the special features, and hopefully maybe they'll shed some light on it in the Chucky TV series. A lot of great nobodies in this movie. I think that the fact that I didn't really recognize anybody in this movie gave it a chance to be scary, because I wasn't sitting there going, ooh, I wonder what kind of performance these celebrities are going to give. I really don't like it when horror movies cast big names for things, unless it's like Danny Trejo, because Danny Trejo can be in anything. And so I was really happy that I didn't really recognize anybody in this movie, with the exception of Alex Vincent showing up for the Easter egg Avengers-style cameo at the very end to give Chucky a little bit of the business with his rifle. That's right, it was his rifle, not his gun. Just saying. I really hated Chucky's appearance through the first few minutes of the movie. For the first few minutes of him walking around. I mean, the doll always looks the same. So, I mean, there's that when he's in doll form. But, I mean, when he's alive and walking and talking, there was just something very odd about his facial features and the way it moved and the way it looked. And I was like, they really did a piss poor job with what Chucky looked like in this movie. And then you find out that that's actually written into the script. It's part of the storyline. When Barb pulls off part of his lip and the skin around his eye, you find out that he just touched up all of his scarring so that he would be looking brand new, instead of all run through the ringer as he was and sewn back together in Bride of Chucky. And then once he's got all the plastic stuff taken off of his face, he looks normal. He's Chucky again. And so I was really happy that they managed to make that actually part of the story and didn't just ruin the way the doll looked. I'm not 110% sure, but I think there was a digital Chucky in the movie, which would be the first time there was a digital Chucky in the movie. I'm going to go through all the special features to find out about that, because there's one that just looks a little too CG, if that makes sense. Like, Chucky's consistently been a puppet or a little person on a set that was blown up to make him appear smaller and more like the doll in wider shots. And it's been Ed Gale. If you're not familiar with the movie Time Bandits, watch that, because he's one of the guys in that, and he's amazing and funny, and has surprisingly played the part of Chucky in a few movies. And I know he was there for Seed of Chucky and Bride of Chucky, so I want to find out if he was there for Curse as well, which I will tonight. Tomorrow night's Cult of Chucky, and Cult of Chucky and the Chucky TV series are very interesting to me, because in Cult you find out that Chucky split his soul amongst a few different dolls and even a person, and so he's able to be in multiple places at one time. And I was really struck by the idea of Horcruxes, as in the Harry Potter universe, and wondering if Chucky is doing something like that. And I know the whole voodoo thing wasn't really Don Mancini's original idea. That was added by the director Tom Holland in the very first Child's Play movie when he rewrote the script. And so they've just been kind of having fun and making light of the whole voodoo thing, because they didn't really like that aspect of it. But it's become so famous, they just had to run with it and make it their own, and they've been doing beautifully with it. I would like to see how that's going to play out. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Be excellent to each other, and party on, dudes.